league action for you this
Just
afternoon.
leaves a
It's
door
the Arizona Diamondbacks
shut.
taking on the New York Yankees. First pitch coming your way next.
Leading off the
Here's the
afternoon
left
for
fielder,
Arizona,
Boone Devine.
the left fielders, number 73.
Strike.
Hello. I dropped it.
Down the right field
Well, I
line
dropped
and a
it.
base hit.
Good job of just putting the
Batting
ball in
second.
play with two
The second
strikes.
baseman,
Solid swing from start to
CJ.
end. On time.
He's
with
going, he's
everything.
going.
Runner on the go.
When I was watching speed, I think I found it before.
And now 2-2. Grounder might be 2. Over to Lewis.
Hey, do we go
Double
now?
play.
Man, that is such a tough double play to execute as a first baseman. Not only field the ball and make a good throw to second with a runner in the baseline, but also to hustle back to first base and get set up to receive the return throw. That takes.
Ready to go for the last half of the inning. And stepping in for the Yankees, number
The center
12.
fielder,
Pitch one. And there's a foul ball. Walker Buehler, a first-round pick, 24th overall by the Dodgers in 2015 out of Vanderbilt. And Chris, that pick's significant because it's the first-round pick of the Andrew Friedman era. On the ground to third. Can't field it cleanly. He doesn't have a
Wow,
ball,
got a kick
comes
like
away with
almost
nothing.
calm down.
Everything
You're
came
nothing.
together. And now a chance to maybe get creative on offense with good speed on first.
Soto down. Runner on the go. Swing and a high fly ball. Well struck. This one's got a chance, and it's gone. And we have a new single-season home run king. One of the most revered records in baseball has been broken. Next to hit, Christopher DaCosta. Next pitch off the plate. And it's
Sucks,
one of the things that's interesting about Walker Buehler getting picked in the first round is the Dodgers had a pretty good idea he was going to need Tommy John surgery, and he did, and he debuted over a year after he was originally selected following surgery. Next offering misses, and that's ball 3.
Well, Dodgers scouting department clearly had a lot of faith in the potential of this kid to draft him knowing that he was going to need surgery immediately. And clearly, as he's developed into it,
It
has
disappeared
paid off.
like within the last.
Man aboard. And next for New York,
But
Alec
annoying. Take it away now.
1-2. Ripped on a line to
I
center.
don't know how.
That's a hit. Lead runner to second, so 2 on and nobody out.
Well, that'll make you feel good as a hitter right there. Really protected with 2 strikes right there. Pitch wasn't even close, but man, he got the barrel to it somehow. Nice job of bad ball handling.
Here's Austin Riley. Here's a rocket out to left. And there's one away.
You do, yeah, like that. Be on now.
That's one of those at-bats where you
Batting
have to
field.
remind yourself
The
it's
right
about
field.
the process. You did everything right back
Pony.
there. Nothing to show for it. But in your mind, you have to convince yourself that it was a very good at-bat.
Next pitch misses, and it's 2
Hey, some
Well,
jump
with this
boy.
approach thrown here in this
You're
first
two
inning, I mean, you're giving the other team
supervisors
a really
over
good
there.
look. He's going to have to find a way to get some weak contact, maybe a swing and miss, get into that dugout and hit the
My
reset.
little pony.
well struck right field.
Yeah,
And that one is out of here. A 3-run homer, home run number 50 on the year. And they tack on 3.
Right,
It's
man, it's pretty
5
good.
zip. Here's Royce Lewis. And a pitch. In the air, left side. Devon
that yummy,
has
Royce?
a beat on it. Pulls it down, and there's 2 gone.
Good pitch. He just kind of had him out in
Batting
front on
You
that
might
pitch
get-
away
Second
and
baseman.
wasn't able to stay close.
2 outs, base is empty. Here's Tyler Freeman to hit. Swings and misses. And it's 1-2.
Well, they're really running up the pitch count in this first inning. Lots of confidence from this team that is perhaps the hottest in baseball right now.
Pache ranging
people.
after it. Grabs it on the run. And that will end the inning. Back for more from the
Leading
runs.
off for Arizona,
Second inning set
the
to
catcher.
go. Now here's the cleanup hitter for Arizona, Dan O'Hara. Started to swing, held up.
5-run lead after their first at bat. That is huge at this point, but you've got to keep the attitude to keep your foot on the gas. Don't let that team back in this ball game. Cruise to the finish line, but do it with intention.
And he hits a ground ball right side. Tosses to first.
And you
One out
smell
to
like
second.
1,
That's
2.
Christian Pache.
The right fielder, number 19, Christian Pache.
This is a very important inning here. After scoring all those runs, you want your pitcher to come out and just mow them down. The offense has worked hard. It's shut down anytime.
And that's a base hit. So a man aboard now with one away.
Well, that certainly feels good when you can win the at-bat after being down in the count. Up against it with 2 strikes right there. Everything was on time and fluid in that swing. Got a pitch you could get the barrel on and lined it into center for the knock. Those always feel good.
Good plate appearance there. Able to take the walk.
Well, interesting. He went
That's
with the
seven.
off-speed
The center
and
fielder.
walked the hitter. Man, you got to challenge the guy with the fastball.
And now Doug James. That's outside. Ball 2. Just off the inside edge. That's hard hit in the line. No trouble here. Puts it away for the out. And there are 2
I
down.
guess they decide to make it better.
Adel
I
Amadou
don't know.
stands in now for the Diamondbacks. 3-2. To third. Riley. Tosses across the first.
At the top.
Back here in New York, bottom of the
Leading
inning.
off for
Out the
the
left field.
Yankees,
Carlton
the left
McRae.
fielder, Carlton McRae.
And that one is lifted in the air. Divine under
How are
it.
your noodles?
Makes the catch, and there's one gone. Back to the top of the lineup. Here's the center fielder, number 12.
I know they're about tricky.
Even though Walker Buehler went to Vanderbilt, he hails from
Oh,
Lexington,
no.
Kentucky, and so he's a big Kentucky basketball fan. This to
Yeah,
center
did you charge
field.
it for 3 seconds?
James
Yeah.
calls it in for the out. 2 down.
Now that's
2
the
outs,
designated
base is
hitter.
empty. And next is the designated hitter, Juan Soto. He's 1 for 1. Swing, and this is ripped down the right field line. Way back there. Out of here. Juan Soto goes
That wasn't a great
in.
idea.
Number
I
75 of the year.
What did they come with?
He had a
I
run.
don't know what
It's
it was.
6-0. Here's the catcher, Christopher DeCosta. He walked and came around to score his first time up. The next
They're
offering
pretty cheap
misses,
at Kmart.
and it's
At
2-1.
Kmart, well,
Swing and a high fly ball to left. Divine under this one. And
Let me
that's the third
goes.
out.
it's been on charge now.
Back in New York. Top
Leading
half
off
of the
for
third
Arizona.
inning.
You're
Now it's going to
fine.
be Killian Kaufman.
Killian Kaufman.
Out to short. Lewis. Whips it across. One
Yes,
up, one
Abby.
down. So back to the top of the Arizona lineup. Boone Divine stands in now for the Diamondbacks. He's 1 for 1. Led off the game with a
Oh,
single. 1 down, base is empty. There's a strike.
Man, that pitch was dotted. So much talent on display when this guy's out there on the hill.
so yeah. Hey,
Swing and a miss. Struck him out.
that's Pepe.
Here's
Must
C.J.
live with
Abrams
a
did.
house near the
He
park.
hit into a double play his first time up.
Abrams.
Here's a 1-1.
People are rich.
Swings through
People
that
are
one
rich,
for strike
jeez.
2.
Oh, okay.
Fouled off the plate. They'll do it again.
Moose
On the
me.
ground out to short. Lewis throws to first. And Arizona is set
Moose, how do you
down
not
1-2.
get it?
Set for the
Fuck
bottom
off.
of the third.
Leading off
So now the
for the
Yankees
Yankees.
cleanup hitter, Alec
The first
Burleson.
baseman, Alex Burleson.
That's too high.
You know, these Yankees doing a good job of putting the ball into play, and that makes things more challenging on the defensive side. And here's a stat for you, Boog. They're making contact with more than 85% of the pitches that they're swinging at. It's pretty special stuff. Not so good if you're out there on the mound.
Next pitch is outside.
Clearly, he hasn't had it in this game. It looks like sooner than later, they're going to have to go to the bullpen.
Swing and a line drive and a base hit up the middle.
I don't know.
I'm sure he feels really good.
I don't know what kind of
Just a very nice approach and
what's
swing.
in it. Like some main thing, a little bit,
Everything was on
a lot of
time. He
it,
stayed
just none
balanced
of
through
it.
the entire swing and just launched that one into center.
Now he can't squeeze it behind the plate, and the runner holds.
The rest of Come on. Oh yeah. But cute, really.
2-2 now. And down on strikes he goes. 2 down. Man at first.
Now batting.
And now
The
Royce
shortstop.
Lewis. He's 0 for 1.
Yeah. She's kind of good. Like she'll growl, but at least she doesn't really hit. Especially Fridays.
Check swing, but he went too far. And the count is even, 2-2. This to third. They get the force. Play made. That ends the inning.
But awkward.
Back now in the Bronx.
Leading off
And
the
here's the
Diamondbacks.
first baseman,
The first
Spencer
baseman,
Torkelson.
Spencer
A wind to kick the pitch.
Torkelson.
You know, these D-backs, as this game goes on, have to be more disciplined at the plate. They're chasing a lot of pitches outside the zone, and those chases are turning into a bunch of outs. Can they turn that around and stay within the zone? We'll see, but I think they have to.
And he grounds one to the right side. Takes it himself. That's the first out in the top of the fourth.
Well, he didn't recognize changeup earlier enough, got out in front a little bit, rolled over on it, and beat it into the ground.
The next pitch misses. And that's ball 2. Next one just misses. 3-2 now. Swings through that, and it's a strikeout. That's the second out.
Now batting.
Christian
Right
Pache stands in
Christian
now for the Diamondbacks.
Pache.
Really nice swing in his last at bat. Shot a line drive into center field.
And a payoff pitch. Swing and a ground ball out to short. Throws to first. That ends the frame. Back in the Bronx.
Leading off
Running
for the
Here's the
Yankees.
second
You
base.
got her.
The second baseman,
Ball to
Tyler
strike.
Freeman.
This one drilled to left. No doubt about it as they add on more. That one felt good. His 14th of the year. And they add to the lead. It's 7-0. Now on the mound for the Diamondbacks, Raul Caballero.
Well, they need someone to stop the bleed and keep the score right
Number
where it
30.
is. Seems like a tough task today with the way this lineup is swinging it.
Cuts and misses. It's a strikeout. Back to the top of the Yankee order. Here's the Yankees leadoff hitter, number 12. 1 for 2. Next one misses, and the count is 3-1.
For you growing up in New York City, I mean, you're a big sports fan. Tell me about your experience with the Yankees growing up.
I really
No.
went to Shea Stadium more than I did to Yankee Stadium. I grew up a Phillies fan. There was one game, though, that I went to as a kid. I sat in the upper deck. It was the game that Bo Jackson hit 3 homers in his
It's
first 3
funny.
plate appearances, and then hurt his shoulder diving for Deion
It's funny,
Sanders'
Coey.
inside park home run. That's probably the most memorable game that I. This one swung on and hit well, way back there. He circles the bases. That's his 3rd home run of the game. They add a couple more. It's 9-0. At the plate, Christopher DeCosta. The 1-1 is cut on and missed to the pitch upstairs.
5 is easy, or is 5 hard?
Look out! And it hit him. He had 2 strikes on him, and he hit him.
You know, Boo, you always say how important it is to have a good feel for the game.
Absolutely,
I say
yeah.
before the game, you step into the box, I'll throw some fastballs at you.
No, actually, I think we're good, Chris. In the dirt.
No, you're so strong, you can
And
do
an
it.
excellent job keeping it right there.
You can do it.
2-2 on the way. In the dirt, and the runner stays where he is. Line drive, caught.
You're 100.
Nothing you can do about those as a hitter. Even though you know that, they still drive you absolutely crazy.
Austin Riley stepping in now for the Yankees. Outfield playing
1-1-1.
very deep, not wanting anything over their heads. Next offering misses,
You're
and it's 2-1.
117.
Out there to center, James drifts towards it and makes the play, and that's out number 3. Back in the Bronx, ready now for the 5th inning. Down the third base.
Bros, get down.
Fouls one off. 2-2.
Well, every pitcher wants run support, and having a lead is nice, but it can be challenging for some guys. I think.
And there's a fly ball deep right field, and caught on the warning track. Doug James, the next to hit, the 1-1.
Hey.
And that misses off the outside edge. Singing 4 homers in 22
He's
games
a little bit of a
at Old
nasty
Yankee
dude.
Stadium. What do you
You
remember?
okay?
Well, I remember my rookie year.
She's a little bit
hitting
vicious
2
at
in
times,
one
something
game,
like
and you know, before that game in the clubhouse, there was a gentleman there who owned a suit company there in downtown Manhattan, and he said to me, "Hey kid, you hit a home run in the game tonight. Come over to the store tomorrow, and I'll give you a free suit."
You know, City. Hits
Swing and
dog,
a miss, struck him
hits
out.
tail
And good work
is
there.
wagging the shitty.
We head to the bottom of the 5th. Ryan Reynolds here.
I'm a happy dog. Happy.
Next pitch misses, and that's ball 2. Bounce to third. Can't glove it
This
cleanly.
knocks you.
That leaves him without a throw, and they don't get an out on the play.
All over that one right there. That's one of those you classify as just too hot to handle. Hit it on the screws, and it couldn't be fielded cleanly, but you can't really blame the defense in that case.
Oh, he gloves it, takes it to the bag himself, but he's back in
What did you do
time.
that for?
Quick reactions down there at first.
second
They're
baseman.
tougher than they look sometimes. There could
Oh,
be all kinds of
pumpkin me.
spin and knuckling action on the baseball.
Ground
Jeez,
ball up the
Lordy,
middle. Dive, and he's got it. Flips it from the ground. That's 1. On to first,
Give it a
double
whack.
play. And that's the inning. And welcome
Leading
back.
off
Top
for
of the 6th inning.
Oh,
Now it's the DH.
I'm gonna.
Killian Kaufman.
So critical to keep an eye on the pitch count this time of the year. Guys can start to run on fumes a little bit. Mechanics can drop off. And we know they need him to be fresh and ready for big innings in October.
Now,
Number 29 will take over here.
And this is his 40th appearance of the season, so he's starting to log a decent amount of work this year.
On the ground to short. In plenty of time to first. Leadoff man retired in the 6th. Next to hit for Arizona, Boone Devine. That misses. And now 3 balls and a strike. And that's in for a strike.
3-1 count, saying to himself, I've got to get a fastball here. Just spins a get-me-over breaking ball to bring the count full.
To the right side, and that one finds its way through. So they get a man aboard with a 1-out single.
Didn't make quality contact on the ground ball to the pull side, but sometimes it's just a matter of finding the hole in the defense.
And now it's going to be swing and a pop-up. Foul territory for the catcher. DeCosta makes the grab. 2 down. And now the first baseman, Spencer Torkelson. 3-2 now. That's foul off to the right side. Keeps the AB going. Kick the 3-2. Got him looking. And that is that. Here at New Yankee Stadium in the Bronx, bottom of the 6th inning. Here's the left fielder, Carlton McRae. Just missed.
2 balls, 1 strike.
Ripped to short. Over to first. There to beat him by an eyelash.
Now
We talked about how the ball is coming out of the pitcher's hand. The way it comes out of his hand as an infielder. Wow, really impressive.
And the pitch. That one down the line. Throw on to Torkelson. 2 up, 2 down.
Now
It's Monsoon. Well, in their win last game, this guy came up with 2 home runs, obviously trying to keep the roll going here in this one. Next pitch is inside. The count now 2-2. And misses inside. On the ground, right side. Abrams tosses to first. That's the inning. Welcome back. And now the catcher comes up to him. Dan O'Hara. The pitch. In the air, out towards left center. McRae calls it in, and there's 1 away. Next up for the Diamondbacks, Christian Pache. Right-handed reliever. And that is cut on and miss. And that is strike 2. Pulled down the line.
Boy.
This one hammered, but it's foul.
Clearly hoping he could get a swing and miss on that.
Wrong you
Doesn't
go.
fool the hitter with that breaking ball. Nice job, just couldn't keep it fair.
Freeman tossed to first. And 2 away to start the 7th. 2 outs, base is empty. Steven Rivera stands in now for the Diamondbacks. Swing and a miss for the strikeout. Chase the fastball. Back at Yankee Stadium, bottom of the 7th, leading off Christopher DaCosta. The next offering misses. Now 3-1.
3-1.
Out towards right center field. Pache raging after it. Makes a nice running catch. And there's 1 down. And next will be the cleanup hitter, Alec Burleson. 1 for 3. And a 1-1. Tapped at the plate, but it's a foul ball. Here comes a pitch. That one misses. Now 2-2. To the right side. Throw on to Torkelson. 2 up, 2 down. Now here is Austin Riley. The 1-1. Left field. Devine on his way over. Puts the squeeze on that one, and that'll end the inning. Back here at the ballpark. And now the center fielder, Doug James. Righty delivers. Ripped on a line. Makes the grab on the run. And there's 1 down. Adael Amador stands in now for the Diamondbacks. And he can't come up with it. But plenty of time to recover. And that's the 2nd out. And now the DH, Killian Kaufman. And the righty deals.
He's gotten into a really good rhythm. Set down 7 in a row. He just wants to get the baseball and deliver it as quickly as possible. Keep the momentum going.
McRae
Boy.
makes the play, and it's out number 3. On to the bottom of the 8th.
Leading off.
Stepping in for the
What are you
Yankees.
doing,
Ryan
man?
Reynolds.
The right fielder,
The 2-1. Lifted in the air out to left. Devine makes the grab, one away. And the batter now, Royce Lewis. And a little something extra at stake in this at bat as he's hitless so far with his hitting streak in jeopardy. Good eye right there. And there's a rocket into the outfield.
Mommy home. Mom's home.
Ripped that one down the line and kept it fair. And even when you hit
Now
it that far out front, you
second
still
baseman.
have to keep your hands tight to your body so you don't hook around that baseball and put it in foul territory. And that right there is perfect.
And now Tyler Freeman. And he deals. Maybe a 2-ball. 5, 4, 3. It's a double play. And that'll do it for the inning. All set to start the
Leading
ninth
off
of this
the
one.
Diamondbacks.
Here's the Diamondbacks leadoff hitter, Boone Devine.
Devine.
Check swing, and he held up. That one misses, so a leadoff walk.
Well, that's a really good take right there, and that's just mentally prepared, knowing that if it's not on a tee, you're going to take that pitch because you still have one more strike to work with. Not easy to lay off, but he did an excellent job in that plate appearance.
In the air, left field. McCray settles underneath it. Well, there's one away. Spencer Torkelson stands in now for the Diamondbacks.
So clutch, you could argue that he's been this team's MVP this year.
Slings to first. Now only one out remaining. Here's the catcher, Dan O'Hara. The 1-1.
That's the ball.
And that one fouled off. 2-2 down. And now it's filled up.
Full count.
And that one hammered. And gone! A towering shot to right. His 27th home run of the season, and they're chipping away. It's 9-2. So 2 away with nobody on. Now at the plate, Christian Pache. On the ground to third. Throw to first. Ball game. And the Yankees slug their way to a win in this one.
After 4 wins in a row, you start to think a little bit that you're on a roll, and that's the momentum that just takes on a life of its own. Guys start hitting up and down the lineup. You never know who's going to come up with the big hit, who's going to come out of the bullpen and get the big outs, but it's a good feeling, and you want to extend it.
This one ends the final 9-2. For Chris Singleton and our entire outstanding crew here at MLB The Show, I'm John Schaumburg. Thanks for joining us.
You just set skills on it? You're a puppy mother. That's a fucking. Yeah.
Our final line score this afternoon. First for the victorious Yankees, 9 runs, 11 hits, no errors. They left 4 men on base. For the Diamondbacks, 2 runs on 4 hits, no errors. They left 3 men on base.